Tekken is associated with a lot of different things. I think most often nowadays Tekken 8 is associated with anger. It's unfortunate. I like Tekken. I like Tekken 8. I like most of the Tekken games. I think I like them all. Like, if you're like, hey, let's go play Tekken 1, I'd be like, really? Really? Tekken 1? But Tekken 8 is probably the most offensive game in the series, and I mean that in a couple different ways. It's offensive to people that liked defensive Tekken. It's offensive to people who wanted more thoughtful Tekken. And the game itself is directed in a very offensive way. And that is intentional. Frame 1 of the story mode is Jin chucking a motorcycle at a helicopter. Like, we're in Crazy Town. I had some points going into this video, and I really want to try to get to them, but I think I just need to break down the reasons I think people haven't been vibing with Tekken 8. And maybe thinking of what they could be doing to fix it. Although I'm not sure myself, honestly. They turned up the dials to 11, and those dials don't go back down. Once Chernobyl started happening, you couldn't just shut it off, you know? The radiation's gonna be there for a long time. No matter how much Tekken 8 changes in Season 3, it's still gonna be Tekken 8. And it's not gonna change enough for people to come back and be like, whoa, this is so different. It's not gonna be that. I'm sorry. Tekken 8 had a very clear design goal right from the start, and it was aggression. It wanted aggressiveness to be a thing. And I understand where the thought process came from, I think. If you look at a lot of Tekken 7 tournament footage, it is a lot of backdashing. It's a lot of poking and waiting for an opportunity, and then a big counter hit that leads to a big launcher that leads to a huge amount of damage. And then you're back to backdashing. I think the majority of what people would see on a casual level is characters having a fucking seizure every match and then swinging their arms and legs. And to a casual perspective, I can see that being weird to watch and not understanding why it's like that, and having to have someone explain why that's like that, instead of it being, well, why don't they just move around like normal people? Tekken 7's like that because of a need to be defensive. You need to know your spacing and know your attack options, because most of them aren't that great. In Tekken 7, if you get your attack blocked, you lose your turn. You just do. And that feels bad on a casual level. It feels bad on a perspective level of like a tournament footage where it's like, oh, he hit this move. That looks like a strong move. That's a bad one? When a casual player's playing Tekken 7 or even Tekken Tag Tournament 2, I think there's a lot that would surprise them on what they're not able to get away with. And maybe that would turn people away. It feels bad when you hit the buttons and you get hit for it. And that's an unfortunate and inherent part of fighting games. I'm getting off track again. Tekken 8 saw all the moves that were unsafe on block. Saw all the running attacks that gave you nothing even after you hit it. Like, I hit Hwoarang's forward 4, and what does that get me? Like, it hits the opponent away, and then we're back to neutral again, and I didn't do that much damage. It's not that great. So how do we fix that? What if you hit the forward 4, you ran after them automatically, and it put you in an advantageous position that rewarded you for hitting that giant risky move? What other moves do characters have that are like that? We start attaching positive properties to moves that were previously thought to be near useless, or ones that you would hardly ever see beyond a mind game situation in tournament play. We start noticing that characters have a lot of holes in their game plan that seem pretty uneven compared to, let's say, Jin, who just like by default kind of fits into this new aggressive style of gameplay we're developing. So what do we give Nina? Because she's not really about moving forward and attacking. She's usually about standing her ground or backdashing and waiting for a good like opportunity, right? Well, she can have guns. She can start doing flippy dippy shit. She can start doing bullshit. Hey, wait, hold on. Hwoarang is like a good high-low mix-up guy, and he's very knowledge check based. What if we double down on that? Eddie's always been a really easy character to play, right? Because players just hit X and circle a lot. Let's make it so he can hit X, 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 And at some point, they got really carried away with it. At some point, they started adding a bar of heat. And that led to the ability for every character, regardless of what you're doing, to dash in twice. It used to be. The initial dev version of it had like a stock counter for your heat. You could do this shit twice. That's crazy. The last game was super defensive, so this one is going to be super aggressive, where the characters are trying harder and they're punching harder. They're using new moves and their new abilities. The story is moving forward in a way that everyone is getting stronger and stronger. The theme of the game becomes like power and aggression and offensiveness. And suddenly your game, despite being still the core Tekken gameplay, you've created something entirely different from the last one that you made. And the last one got a lot of people in on it. So when you take... So I'm going to have to use like a food analogy for this one, because I really think it comes down to your personal taste. What flavor of Tekken do you like? If every single Tekken game had rollback netcode and was accessible with crossplay and shit, you would have 10,000 players daily on each and every single Tekken game. Maybe not one. 500 people on Tekken 2. But like Tekken 3, 5, 6, Tag 2, and even 4 would have a fuck ton of players on it. Because everyone has their own idea of what Tekken is. Everyone has their own perspective and preferences for what their perfect Tekken is. And that's okay. I don't know if Tekken 8 was a flavor many people were asking for. I don't know if Tekken 8 was a flavor anyone was asking for out of this meal. You promised me a buffet, and you poured chocolate all over everything. There's chocolate on the steak, there's chocolate on the fucking, on my sushi, and you used to have every flavor on the table, but now it's all just kind of been pushed into the same flavor range, or at least like your attempt to mold it into something different, something that it wasn't really, it doesn't feel like it was designed to be this way naturally. And I think that is what the main issue is. This game feels so different from every other Tekken, and I'm having fun, but I'm okay with a game being different than other games. I'm okay. I'm from a perspective of growing up with Tekken and seeing Tekken try a whole bunch of different things. Remember, Tekken 4 was not widely regarded as good back in the day. Tekken 4 had a lot of issues in terms of balancing. Some of the stages were not really conducive for a fight. Some of the stages led to really awkward moments in the fight with like elevation and stuff. I love how huge the stages are, and I think Tekken 8 would have been better if they had brought stages like this back. Fuck it, go crazy, go stupid. I want that mall back. That mall is a great stage. The city also is a wonderful stage. I think it's so cool. It's unfortunate about the infinites. Again, I'm losing my point a little bit because this is such a complex kind of issue to talk about. What is Tekken 8 doing that is pissing everyone off so much? Because everyone has their own perfect idea of Tekken. They have their own version of a character that they fell in love with, and every game since has changed it a little bit. And Tekken 8 changed it so much, like, I don't recognize my boy anymore, says the world at large. I miss Mokujin myself, but if Mokujin were in this system, holy shit, I would win every match. Because no one can react to stupid bullshit in this game. Because there's a lot of stupid bullshit. We're going to get back to it now. There's a lot of stupid bullshit. I was talking about how Tekken 7 had a lot of moves that weren't very good. Tekken 8 made all of those moves good. Or at least safe. You know, you can hit whatever buttons you want, and you probably won't get punished for it. Especially not at a low level. Especially not at the early ranks. And then you're encouraged to just leave, I guess. So many people leave for one and done because it's so easy to just throw out a bunch of moves and overwhelm someone right away and then get away with the points, you know? If you put a hole in that game plan, They leave because they don't want to lose points. It's a pain to get those points back. I've been stuck in blue ranks for fucking ever, dude. And it's because I always switch my characters around. And it's because they've kind of homogenized so much of the cast that I'm able to do that so effectively. Back in the day, Ganryu and weird characters like Wang and fucking even King used to be difficult. But now he's not. If Ganryu was in this, he'd be just fucking easy as everyone else to play. Like, the only characters that are harder to play are ones that don't fit into the Tekken 8 archetype that they've created for each character. Characters like Shaheen, he's a lot more thoughtful, you know, but like, he's very rare. Characters like that are very rare to find in this cast. A lot of them like to bam, 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 dash in, bam, 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 low, high, medium, low, mid, low, high, high, mid. It's just, that's how everything goes. And while each character does feel different enough, I think there's a lot of overlap in a way that people are finding to be distasteful. Everyone's seen that clip of FDX crashing out while using 5 Fox Fury on Steve.
Look what I'm doing! You think this is Tekken?
And the reason he's crashing out is because this is too good. And it's stupid. It's a stupid move. It gives him so much advantage, and you can just throw it out whenever, and you don't have to think. And he's mad that the game is encouraging him not to think. It's a lot deeper than just, this game is stupid. It's that he feels that this game wants him to be stupid, and that's not usually what Tekken is associated with. I don't like Tekken 7 that much personally, because I do like to hit buttons a lot, and I do like to hit the stupid buttons. And I like that they put a bunch of stupid buttons as more useful this time around. I really do, because that's fun for me. But I'm also a man of many tastes. I play a lot of different games. I play a lot of different fighting games. I've played hundreds of fighting games. I'm okay with tasting different flavors. And I taste Tekken 8, and I'm like, well, I like this. I'll eat that. I'll eat that as a snack. That's a good snack to me. Tekken 8's a good snack. But I do admit that I don't usually play for more than an hour, because it gets exhausting. There's a mental stack that is out of this world, that might be larger than any other Tekken game. Because of how many things are good, you really have to learn each character in and out to be able to counter them. You have to know when Hwoarang does this animation, you can block that shit and get a full punish. But if you don't know that, and if the Hwoarang is just throwing mids out, well, then you gotta know when to do the low punch, or when to sidestep, or when to duck. Hwoarang's doing a lot of stuff he's always ever done. So the idea is that, well, you should know most of what he's doing by now. But Tekken 8 is the best-selling Tekken. So this is a lot of people's first or second Tekken if they're coming in from Tekken 7, which was the second best-selling Tekken. Do you see the problem here? There are not a lot of people actually playing this game that have that inherent knowledge built in from playing Tekken for 20 years. Because some of them aren't even that old. I think what I'm trying to get at is that Tekken created a more complex game when they tried to create a simpler game. They wanted to have a focus on, these are your good moves, so we'll emphasize that by giving them a lot of plus frames and a lot of advantage, and make you really want to fish for those moves. What it really results in, you're teaching people to play stupid Tekken. Or at least what people would consider stupid Tekken. I consider it different. I don't know if I'd call it smart. It's definitely aggressive. You're meant to overpower the opponent at all times. You're meant to really use every tool in your arsenal to overwhelm the opponent. And defense kind of goes out the window a little bit, not entirely. What I think it comes down to is just by emphasizing aggression so much, you've alienated the side that loved the opposite side of Tekken, where defense was the name of the game, where you had to know how to get in. And there were a lot of different responses to a lot of different situations. And attackers didn't have a move for every situation, so they would always have some kind of weak spot. And people liked that. It felt like there was, if you knew about it, there was a way to get in on a character. Now, I don't see any characters with holes in their game plan, which, good job. I see characters that can do a whole lot and don't struggle in a whole lot of areas. I see characters that, in the story and in their characterization, are trying really hard. And I think for me, that sells it okay enough. I look at these characters fighting, and I'm like, yeah, they look like they're trying really hard. I need everyone to chill out a little bit, because it's getting ridiculous, the amount of anger and the amount of vitriol I am seeing. I don't want to be like on the defense force, because fuck Bandai Namco. But I also don't want to be on the side of like, oh, this game sucks. Like, I don't believe so. I believe it's very different. But I like a meathead game. I like a game with momentum. And momentum is emphasized, whereas in previous Tekkens, I'd say it really almost wasn't. You had to work hard to maintain your momentum in 7. And every situation you win, you go straight back to, alright, I'm in danger again. And if the danger is now all the time, I guess I can acclimate a bit better to it and feel like I can control the chaos if I get mine started before you. I guess I don't have a conclusion yet. I'm really just anticipating Season 3. I'm waiting to see how they'll fuck it up again. I don't have any confidence in the game changing in a significant way, besides them adding a separate non-heat mode that makes the game that changes everything entirely, honestly. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Since I didn't come to any real conclusions, I'll follow this up with any comments you guys have. I legit want to talk about this shit. Why do you like or dislike Tekken 8? Depending. I know it's coming down to vibes for a lot of people more than actual specifics. I think the game is in a pretty good place, myself. I think there's a lot that could be changed to make it more fun for everyone. I want rank to be infinite rematches. And I think maybe if they try having a no heat mode, maybe that would fix a couple things and create some different issues. I don't feel like it's balanced around it is the only issue. You'd have to change a lot. It's a lot of work. It's more work than just taking stuff out. It's entirely changing things like properties of how moves work. And they're going to be doing that anyway, so we'll see. I don't know. Play the Tekken you like to play. 7's accessible still. It plays good online nowadays. It plays pretty good. Has a little bit of inherent delay that you can feel if you're used to Tekken 8 now, like I am. But I don't know who. I don't really know how to end the video. Still, thank you for watching again. Subscribe if you want content for video games. Tell me what games you want me to talk about. If you think you like how I talk about games. I'm more of a theory crafter. I don't know. Goodbye.